Welcome to It Was Never You, where we talk about narcissism, complex PTSD, and recovery. So in my journey of recovery, in my walk, in my path, whatever you want to call it, I had to ask myself the question, what do I want from this toxicity, from this relationship? Because it comes down to us wanting something from these people, from this situation. There is something that we are wanting from these people. So 0 to 6 is a very important time developmentally. If you are raised in an environment that is toxic, as an adult, you may be seeking to either correct or to have a different outcome with people that resemble your parental figures. Maybe reliving the same type of situation in order to have a different outcome. So it's us wanting something different out of the same type of a situation. So if you are honest with yourself and you ask yourself, what are my expectations? I don't have evidence that this person is able to change their behavior, even though I've expressed that it is detrimental to my mental health and my physical health. They haven't shown the capacity that they can change and make the change consistent. And granted, everybody falls sometimes, but you can tell somebody that's really repentant for what they've done and is trying to never do that thing again, or somebody that just doesn't care. We can tell the difference. So what are your expectations? And we have to honestly ask ourselves, what do I want out of this? Am I looking for validation? Oftentimes, if you've grown up with toxic parents, you didn't get the validation that you needed. You didn't get the nurturing. So you may be looking for that in the same type of personality, but expecting a different outcome. I think if we're honest with ourselves and seriously ask these questions, this is a great tool in the healing process. Because it's our expectations. When they show us the carrot at the end of the stick, they dangle it and they show us some kind behavior, our immediate response could be, oh my goodness, I am hopeful again now that this person will change, only to be let down in the future. Now, I'm not saying that these people don't have the capacity miraculously to change, but it's our expectations. If your expectations are causing you pain, and each time you're having a dealing with this person and they give you a little crumb and then you're let down in the end, at some point we have to figure out that we need to lower our expectations of these people. And if you are in a place where you cannot get away from them, that you just come to the acceptance that this is how this person is, and it doesn't have anything to do with me. What I need to do is now I need to build myself up again, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, whatever it may be, and set yourself apart from them. Because oftentimes, if you grow up with a narcissistic mother or father, whether covertly or overtly, what ends up happening is you become enmeshed with this person, and they tend to view you as an extension of themselves. They don't have the capacity to see you as your own independent person. So they project, they gaslight, and they project their emotions and their feelings onto you. And what ends up happening is you could believe that you are this person, like you are just like them. So if we lower our expectations of them, see ourselves as a completely independent person, establish boundaries that protect our heart, and guard our mind, not allow ourselves to succumb to their verbal abuse or their poking at us and getting us to rage. If we can little by little chip away at these things and work on ourselves and see that it was never you as a child, and now you just need to mend and get your identity back as to who you actually are and who you've been all along, and start believing those things about yourself, great healing can come of this. And recovery can come, even though it is an arduous process. You do some days take 2 steps forward, one step backwards, and think that you've landed up in the same spot, but you're not. If you look back years ago, depending on where you are in your recovery, you will see that you have come far, even if it's something small. So even if you're conscious of your flashbacks, but you can't manage them in a proper way at the moment, you still are conscious of them. That is still a stepping stone. That is still movement, forward movement. And also another thing is, don't look at other people and where they are in their recovery process, because each and every one of us is completely different. And some people can have a conversation with a mentor and they can move forward and their life is completely changed. Some people, it takes them years to recover. It all depends on who you are as a person, depending on the severity of what you grew up with, your current surroundings, your current environment. If you have a support group, I would tell you guys that if you have one person in your life that supports you and understands, that's why our community, although it may be small, it may be growing, we are the only people that understand fully exactly what we have been through. So if you can find yourself somebody that's been through the same exact thing, I do offer mentoring. It is on my website. You can go to itwasneveryou.com and check that out. The recovery process is doable. Complex PTSD, the things that occur to our brain because of this abuse, is learned behavior. They are learned behaviors that can be rewired. You can do this. Don't give up hope.